Hello, my wonderful Capricorns. Welcome to your monthly love reading. This will be for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Please keep in mind, energy can go vice versa, and this reading won't resonate with everyone. So take what fits, but please leave the rest out. And don't try to make anything fit that doesn't. Okay, we have celebrate. Recognize progress as the anthem and milestones as your celebrations, and navigate. Steer through life's challenges with determination and clarity. So I see that someone's overcome something here, something that was very challenging, but also impossible. Okay, it looks like a belief system, a breakthrough. I am wrapped up in unhealthy coping mechanisms, and my biggest regret is not telling you how I really feel. Yeah, someone was relying on an old mindset, some coping skills, in order to create the reality that they want, but it no longer serves them. Overall energy, we have King of Pentacles. This is about fixing things, also creating a stable environment, wanting to create something meaningful as well. So let's see what's going on in your energy. We have 10 of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, 7 of Pentacles, and the 4 of Cups. You are assessing things, or you're really thinking about life or things that have happened in the past and realizing that those things, although it was sad or made you happy at that time, are just no longer needed. This is kind of a relief to you. You're seeing things in a different light, so trust in the things that are happening to you at this time, because the Wheel of Fortune, 10 of Pentacles, what you're going through and the transformation that is happening is going to bring you abundance. It's going to make you feel fulfilled, as well as you can rely on yourself and not anything else, or even the tangible 3D realm. That you do hold the key to your success and happiness. 3 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, and the Strength card for their energy. This person is definitely going through a learning period, but also understanding that they do have the courage to be a better person. They also feel they were too focused on finances or the material realm, and that they weren't willing to sacrifice or give, but they were willing to take. And this acknowledgement has made them feel guilty, that they need to be a person of their word, somebody that gives back, instead of somebody that is remembered as taking so much. Let's see this 3 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords, and the Fool card. They've been working really hard on themselves. Something that is being hidden from you at this time is that they see they made some selfish decisions or poor choices. With the Fool card, it's like they weren't thinking things through clearly or even ahead. It's like they wanted to get what they wanted in the moment, and they don't want to be like that. This is a revelation to them that they choose to be different. And to do that, they've got to put some effort in and really work on themselves. Let's see the Strength card. Queen of Cups and the Ace of Wands. During this process, what they're really coming to terms with is the fact that you are a selfless person. You gave wholeheartedly through thick and thin, even when things were really bad, and they did the opposite. So let's see what's happened in the past. Knight of Wands, Chariots, Judgment, and Justice. When it comes to their actions, it seems very fleeting, hot and cold, really off at times, put you in positions that you are uncomfortable with, I see, because you felt you needed to conform or to help them out, sacrificing your own well-being or needs. And this was a difficult connection because it was very off balance in the Justice Judgment card. Like they were making decisions to put more pressure on you and making you feel like you had to be there for them, or you had to, make them okay because you love them and you were concerned about them. But I see it drained your energy. It got to the point where all of a sudden you felt unstable. You felt like you weren't giving enough to your life or your needs. Let's see this Knight of Wands, High Priestess, Star, 2 of Cups, Page of Wands. It's showing me you sacrificed a lot. Some of you were so selfless in this situation that it did not go unnoticed by the universe. Okay, the divine was definitely protecting you at this time and knowing full well that you were going to be given back tenfold what you were putting out. So please trust in this, because the High Priestess Star, 2 of Cups, This is a very faded situation. And how this person was projecting themselves to you was triggering something within you so it could come to the surface. And this was meant for spiritual growth. Some of you are dealing with a soulmate in this connection. Let's see this Page of Wands. Queen of Pentacles. So I do want to say I see Libra, Leo, Gemini, Aquarius, and also Scorpio, or you might have that in your chart, that you are dealing with. Let's see this Queen of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles and the Tower. This was shaking your very foundation of who you are. There was a lot of triggering things that were happening that were making you feel like emotions from the past or dredging up some old wounds. Let's see what the challenge was. Let's get some more details. Ace of Cups, Nine of Wands, and the Sun card. Yeah, this was a lesson to be learned. Definitely a spiritual growth period. Because the Ace of Cups with the Nine of Wands, this is something that pushed you to the limit. It made you feel like no matter what you did or how hard you tried, you weren't getting anywhere. It was like it was falling on deaf ears. Even if you did try to express yourself to them, they were not listening, or they were just pushing you off, kind of ignoring you at times, especially if you did need something from them. They would detach for longer periods of time. The reason why is this person doesn't trust very easily. They have difficulties really expressing themselves. They have been hurt or hindered in the past by others. And they feel like if they put themselves out there and they give a lot to others, then it would be used against them. So I almost see like emotional blackmail that they went through possibly in childhood here. Let's see this Sun card. Also, a select few, there could have been a motherly figure or feminine figure that really made a difference in why they do what they do now. Eight of Cups and the Emperor card. Yeah, they chose to walk towards something that they could count on. Something that was stable. This can be a third party. Also, a lot of them got pulled away from this. More got put on their plate, or things were changing in their life where they had to work at a different area or have more jobs or deal with home life, where it made it more difficult for them to keep you in their life. So they chose to kind of bail out. Instead of dealing with the emotions that they have for you or talking to you about it, they didn't want to suffer the consequences. So they were afraid to hear what you would have to say or to hurt you. But at the same time, they weren't really being honest in the beginning. They weren't being forthcoming of where their intentions were at that time, why they were acting this way, or they were being so inconsistent, because that's why this Ace of Cups never progressed to anything more. Let's see this Ace of Cups. Knight of Pentacles, the Empress, and the Hanged Man. Yeah, they might have promised at the beginning, or you got in this connection with them because both of you were on the same page. But things soon after kind of shifted. And it seemed like more and more they were talking to you less or spending less time with you. And it felt like they were trying to pull away. That they didn't really mean what they said in the beginning. And things were kind of left in limbo here, as well as them feeling kind of tied and bound and conflicted, whether I should stay with what is familiar or should I take a risk with you. Let's see this Nine of Wands. King of Swords, Seven of Swords, yeah. They did some things, some manipulations, but also keeping secrets so they could achieve what they wanted with you at that time. But they lost sight of this connection is what I'm kind of seeing. They looked more of it as pragmatic or logical, how you would fit into their life instead of following their heart. So they got complacent. They lost why they really got into this connection in the first place. Let's see the Seven of Swords. Nine of Swords, Eight of Wands. Yeah, they suddenly changed their mind fast. And they started to panic because after they made this decision, had walked away, or whatever has happened, they feel like devastated. They almost feel like a huge part of them is missing, but they don't know how to get it back because they know that they made that decision and there's no turning back at that point. Okay, so let's see what they're going to do next. Magician, Five of Pentacles. Hermit, the Hierophant. Page of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. So I see they continue down this road of personal growth, taking a risk, and doing something that is going to really shock you here because you're not expecting anything to really come from this. So if this reading is resonating with you, In the extended, we're going to find out exactly what they do, what they're going to say moving forward, as well as the timing and the outcome. If this is your last stop, though, thank you so much for joining me. Many blessings to you guys, and I'll see you next time.